What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video. And today, Granblue Fantasy Versus. So yesterday a patch dropped for the game and the last DLC character also dropped. This is Zooey. As usual, for day one, I played her like 50 matches or so. I sat in the lab a little bit, checked out what other people did. So today I'm gonna look at her normals real quick. Talk about her footsies a little bit, what do you use her moves for, a couple of basic combos, and a couple of basic setups. She's kind of more technical than other characters, so this might be a little bit longer than normal, but hopefully this helps out all the new Zooey players. As usual, if you like this type of content on my channel, please like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It does help the channel a lot. Thanks a lot. So first, normal. So we'll look at our close normals first. So here we have our close jab and our crouching jab, right? Both are plus on block. These moves have kind of been normalized across the cast. Now, one thing about Zooey's crouching line specifically is that it's very big. You can get 3. Most characters cannot do that. For example, Catalina cannot do that. Her third will always whiff. She has to use something like far L to reach. That's a nice little thing that Zooey has. So next, her medium normal. So we have, this is our far M, this is our crouching M, and this is our close M. So our close M is even. This is pretty common across the cast now. They wanted this to be changed. So for the most part, all characters who had plus on block close mediums now do not have them. The only exception now being Catalina, hers -1. You shed a tear. Hers is actually kind of similar to Catalina's in that you could do multiple. Like the proximity range is actually pretty big. Now as far as pokes, this move is quite big. It's 8 frames. I don't have a lot of frame data on her yet, but it's 8 frames. It reaches pretty long. Her far M is bigger though. And you can confirm all of these at max range with her EX214, which is kind of nice. So as far as heavy, so this is her far H. It's pretty fast. It's not as long as her medium. So for example, her far medium will reach, but her far H will not reach. But it has pretty low recovery, all things considered, so I think it's pretty nice. Her anti-air is this 2H. It's kind of like Zeta's. It's really huge, but it doesn't have a lot of horizontal range, so you have to think of ways to compensate for if people try to do empty jump nothing, for example. So last is her sweep. So her sweep is pretty standard, I would say, except it does go under projectiles, which is pretty nice. So next, special moves. So first, we will start with her 2-on-4 quarter circle back. This is kind of just your standard lunging moves. A lot of characters have a move like this in the game. She uses this to hit confirm as well, and she can hit confirm from max range as long as you touch them, it seems, which is pretty nice. So for example here, you can confirm into the EX version. If they're crouching, you can generally confirm into the medium version. The EX version is overall more reliable though. If you have played the game but have not yet played a character that relies on single hit confirms, I would advise you to try to practice this a little bit. It definitely helps your character if they have moves like this, because then you can convert into strong situations more often. Now, this move does have 2 follow-ups. So one is that one. You do that with forward and a button as a follow-up. It sends them flying away, and the other keeps them close like this. All of the other versions have it. Now, as far as setups and stuff, I recommend doing this one mid-screen, and in the corner, you use the forward plus button to extend into combos. So next is her 2-2. Her 2-2 is a move where she summons Thunder. Now, it has the bomb icon because you could negative edge this move. What you do is you hold the button, and then when you let go, the Thunder comes out. Just like Fairy's GG, you can use the ability button, the special move button, to do the negative edge for you. So for example, you can do 2-2L, switch to the special move button, then like go to special move button, and this lets you do basically all your attacks while still holding negative edge. Now, as far as ranges, this is the light, this is the medium, and the EX is multiple bolts of thunder in front of her. Now, an important thing to note is that in the corner, the thunder can actually appear off screen, so you have to be in the right spot. But if you do the EX version, it'll appear in the corner properly. Also, when you're holding it, you can combo off the throw. I don't know if you could actually get extension off this. I haven't practiced it, but this already adds 1,000 damage to your throw, so that's pretty good. So next is her DP. It looks like a DP. She goes up and then down. but it's not quite a DP. It is an anti-air, so for example, the EX version is air unblockable, and it does have invincibility frames, but it's not invincible on frame 1, so you can't use this as a reversal. So the main things you usually use this for right now, besides combos, because you can use this in combos as an ender, is to anti-air people, but also you could use it to hop over things and punish people. So for example, you could do something like that. Last would be the fireball. So when you do the fireball, it will summon the Wyvern for you. So the skill card will be black the whole time because it's considered active, and then every time you do a move with the Wyvern, it will drain some of your meter. The way you get the meter back is with her unique action. You hold D, it fills up. The more Wyvern meter you have, the faster it fills up. While you're doing this, they actually cannot zone you because there's a follow-up where you can cut projectiles. And you do that by pressing 6 and a button. So forward and a button. So even EX moves, EX fireballs, can be cut by this move, which is really nice. It's considered invincible, so the rest of the hits will just go through you, which is definitely a really, really nice thing. Now, as far as the moves she has available, she has the fireball on the light version, she summons a pillar of fire here on the medium version, and this is the heavy version where she fires 2 beams. So the heavy version, you can use this for neutral, but you also use this for knockdowns. The medium usually uses for punishes, as far as I'm concerned right now. I think it's also kind of a footsie tool. You get good combos off this if their backs to the wall. And of course the light version is a fireball. So next, her super. So her normal super hits pretty high in the air. You can confirm this from like mid-range pretty reliably, but not from max range. So from around here, it should miss. But if you're a little bit closer, like 2M or something, it should hit. Again, if you have not practiced single hit confirms, I recommend that you do. It will definitely help your game. She does have this fundamental neutral game aspect of her game. She's not just controlling the dragon the whole time. So next is her SSBA. So you have to be pretty close to activate the animation. So for example here, this will not activate the animation, but of course this will. Now, one thing that's pretty important too is that this actually does go through projectiles and stuff, but the dragon has to travel full screen. So you can see something like this, but the opponent will be able to recover and guard, and then they'll punish you. Just keep that in mind. So next, a couple of basic combo examples. Again, as I said before, you could use this to confirm stuff mid-screen into down. I personally recommend using this ender because you can immediately summon the dragon right in front of them. That's pretty good. This is better quarter carry, but again, you want the dragon to be out so you can run your offense, and anytime you knock someone down like that, it's a really big advantage for her. Now, as far as anti-airs, you just use like 2H into super if you want, but if you want corner carry, I recommend this combo. So in the corner, she has 2 basic types of combos. She has dust loops and everything else. Her basic combo would look something like this. So one thing that's unique about Zooey is that she has multiple moves attached to her fireball because it's the Wyvern, right? So technically, you could choose to dump all your resources on a confirm in the corner, and then use the Wyvern to get the dust loop to recover your other resources in the meantime. So an example route of dumping all your resources would look like this. So I mentioned the dust loop before. There's basically 2 main ways you do it. It's either with a counter hit, so something like a frame trap, or a DP punish, something like that, or off setups with the heavy version of the Wyvern. So an example of that would be this. So next, let's talk about the Wyvern setups and combos. So you basically get a high, low, or throw here. So for example, this is what you would do off a low option. this is what you would pick off a high option. And this is what you would get off throw. So you get to do combos no matter what. It loops into itself. Of course, it's attached to the resource, so you want to make sure that in your footsie game you are charging, trying to get meters so that you don't have to worry about running out, because then you're kind of locked to just the thunder, and you might need that thunder for other combos. Alright, so hopefully that all makes sense. Of course, this was a really basic overview. I know people are grinding tech basically all day. People have been waiting for her. Obviously, she's a super kawaii girl character, right? So we've been waiting for this, and she has the type of offense that a lot of people like in this game. I'm kind of interested in her too. At a glance, her neutral is really good. She has like almost as good ground game as the Shotos, like Grand Catalina, which is pretty good, and her neutral control is good too. My main thing is that a lot of her larger screen control, like stuff with the Wyvern, is all tied to a resource, an extra resource, right? So not just a skill card, but also the meter, while other characters it's just a skill card, so they can kind of bully her a little bit. But once she gets her offense going, she's really good. Her defense, I think, is weak because she has no DP. She basically only has mashing and supers. But for a character like this, I think it's pretty fair. Hopefully you guys enjoy her, having fun with her. I'm having fun with her so far. Again, like and subscribe if you feel like it. Leave any questions or comments in the comment section, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.